Aren't you hot? You're wearing like a...
Just in a second, my gorilla suit. I'm going to put up the cast.
Blam! We're back to Yountville, the marketplace, Napa Valley Film Festival. I'm the meeting here, Alan Kropf, with the fine folks from CellarPass and TasteLive, with the lovely Jillian Ballant from Chiarello Family Vineyards.
Thank you.
You're impressed now, huh? I just like...
Yeah, just met you.
Yes, right? How we doing?
Great, thank you.
You having fun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm really excited to taste this wine because we've had a lot of cabs, we've had a few Merlots, but none of this.
Nope. It's a pretty exotic wine. There's about 7 different clones of Petit Syrah planted around the Chiarello Family Vineyard estate. It's a 4-acre plot of 94-year-old vineyard
wow.
wine. So
these are 94 years old.
94 years. What are you going to produce when you're 94?
Probably like traffic accidents.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty spectacular.
It's pretty good.
You see the struggle of the vine and the glass in every sense of the word.
Now, for people out there that maybe haven't had as many Petit Syrahs, what are going to be some of the differences between a young vine versus an old vine?
Well, I mean, I definitely think that in general, Petit Syrah, you really have to coax the tannins. There's no problem getting color and concentration out of the grapes. It is there, but definitely that tannin is a factor, and I think that they tend to be a lot higher in younger vines.
Okay.
But as you can see, this has really, really deep, opaque color, and when you taste it, I mean, you think it's going to be more tannic than it is, really, but that's why it's meant to really kind of be a wintry wine paired with braised short ribs and things like that. You know, just think big.
I can do that. I learned how to braise recently. I'm a new braiser. And I was braising all summer, which made no sense at all. Like, I learned at the end of winter, and then I was like the awkward braiser.
Right. Braiser nouveau.
Yeah. No one wants to braise like on 100-degree days.
No, definitely not.
So, but with it getting cold again, this is probably a great like Thanksgiving holiday wine.
It's a beautiful wine. It always gets pretty high scores from our beloved critics.
Yeah.
But I think it also needs to be decanted a little bit ahead of time, maybe an hour or so.
Okay.
In Bottega Restaurant, where we serve quite a bit of this wine, we kind of do a rough decant, you know, like splash it into the decanter and really, really shake it up and get all of the beautiful kind of blackberry and blueberry and dark cherry aromatics really going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are here at V Marketplace, but Bottega, Michael Chiarello's restaurant, is right next door. I just had some amazing truffle fries.
Yes, you did.
Which are one of my favorite things on the planet.
You'll have to go back for the short rib burger.
I know, right? Wait, they made those into a burger.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Short rib, ground short rib meat with a little fontina cheese.
How do you even do that? That sounds amazing.
Aioli. Yeah, it's a popular dish. And also...
Great with this.
Perfect with this.
So what are some of the dishes on the menu that someone orders it and they're like, what should I have? You're like, boom, right here.
Boom. Well, that would be, I think, Chef Chiarello's signature, one of his signature dishes, the braised beef short ribs.
Okay.
The little horseradish gremolata.
Okay.
And they're just slow braised and really rich, and they just kind of fall right off the bone. So if you can imagine kind of these, not rough tannins, but you know, that little bit of tannin and the acid kind of cutting through the richness of the beef.
Wow.
And then all that bursting kind of fruit flavor really just kind of sitting alongside it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, you win.
Yeah.
I can dig.
Yeah.
So what about aging on this guy?
I mean, I think I've tasted some of these wines going back, 5 and 6 years, and they're still pretty powerful and youthful. But I think it's always fun to cellar a wine and watch it evolve. I would say this has, a cellar life of at least 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
So I don't know if Thomas Brown, our fabulous winemaker, would agree, but that's what I'm saying.
So this is 08. This has like 3 years on it now.
Yep.
What do you think will be the year that this wine peaks at its absolute best form? It's a hard question to answer, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty showy right now.
It's really good.
You're getting all that like cocoa and little hints of menthol and savory herbs like thyme and rosemary and just fresh crushed black fruit. I mean, it's and then it's got like a nice kind of coating of a little bit of new oak. It does age in oak for 16 months, partially new. So
it's one of those wines when I smell it and I look for that earth, all those earth notes, they're right there and I find them, and then when I switch gears I'm looking for those fruit notes, those are there too. It's perfectly in balance.
Yeah,
in a cool way.
And I think that it's really hard to find true wines that are kind of expressive of the terroir of Napa Valley. This is one of those wines.
Is this 100%?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And again, there's seven different clones in the vineyard on the 4 acres that this wine is produced from. Incredibly low yields, as you can imagine, because as you get older, you produce less. But the concentration is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can dig.
Yeah.
I don't know where our peanut gallery went, but do we have any rip-roaring questions from the universe?
No, they're just loving it.
They're just loving it.
Lots of cocoa.
Lots of cocoa.
Yeah, cocoa, anise.
It's been canted for an hour and a half, and it's still mammoth with minty notes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can dig.
A little
So,
bit of mint.
what else are you guys doing? What's the rest of the lineup look like?
There's a couple of estate Cabernets.
Okay.
Bambino, which is our younger vine Cabernet, named for Michael's youngest son. There's also the Eileen, which is a little bit older, 25-year-old vines, and that's named for chef's love of his life and wife, Eileen, and it is a beautiful bottle of wine. These wines regularly score over 90 points in the 92, 94 range. So there's quality. Thomas Brown's our winemaker, and he does a fabulous job.
And if some visitors are coming here to Napa to do some wine tasting and they want to experience this, what's the best way for them to do that?
The best way to do that is either coming to Bottega, because we feature all of the wines by the glass, and we'll happily do a flight for you.
That's cool.
You can also go across the way to Napa Style. There's a beautiful tasting bar, and you can taste all of the Chiarello family vineyard offerings there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about Wine Club?
Wine Club, you would have to go to the Chiarello Family Vineyards website, but yeah, there's definitely a wine club. You can mix and match. There's we also do 2 Zinfandels.
Okay.
Gianna and an old vine, Felicia Zinfandel, which is from 99-year-old grape
Wow,
vines.
and those are Napa as well?
Yep, those are all from the Chiarello family estates up in St. Helena.
And what's the history on this brand?
I know that Chef grew up in that area and lived in a house close to those vineyards, and walked his dogs regularly through the vineyards, and he really came back and purchased the estate to try to preserve the heritage of that particular vineyard site, and didn't really do it intentionally to get into the wine business, but more to shepherd these vines and shepherd the land, and as you know, he is a great representative of everything Napa.
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
In the best way possible.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, we got questions. Bring it.
Hey everyone, it's Colin from TasteLive. I'm off camera because, Jillian's just too beautiful. I can't stand next to her. So we're looking at the comments, and everyone wants to know where they can purchase the wine if they were out visiting. And somebody went to Bottega for their birthday last month, and it was amazing, and they wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, great.
Aww.
Yeah. We definitely get a lot of spectacular reviews of the restaurant. The wines can be purchased at Napa Style.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the beautiful home accessories kind of wine, food store right across the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Additional questions? I have a question. Production. How many cases are you guys producing?
Well, this plot of 4 acres, since the vines are so old, they coax about 150 to 175 cases of this wine.
Okay.
Out of 4 acres.
Wow.
So, painfully low yields, which doesn't financially work out on paper, but makes incredible wine.
And how long can a vineyard like that produce commercially viable wine?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I've seen vines that are 150 years old that are still producing wine. So I guess it just goes until it can't go anymore.
Wow. I think we've taken on an unofficial theme of time travel today, and as close as we can get to it.
Unofficial, yeah.
Yes, because I dig this wine a lot. It's very
Good.
yummy, and
Good.
it's very elegant, and it's very balanced, and it's everything I love in a great Petit Syrah.
Yeah, and I know that Chef, you know, the whole goal behind Chiarello Family Vineyards and the wine production is to have wines that really pair beautifully with food. Full flavors, distinctive, rich, but that really work with kind of the cuisine of Napa Valley, the cross of Italian and California heritage.
How do you argue with that? You can't. It was a trick question. It's impossible because it's awesome, and everybody wins. So if you're sipping on this wine right now, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, then figure it out. I don't know. Come to Napa, get some wine. It's very delicious. Old vine, Petit Syrah from the
Covered blackberries.
chocolate-covered blackberries. The hits keep coming, folks. I'm the mutineer, Alan Kropf, with the lovely and talented Jillian Bounce, friend from the past life.
Yes.
There we go. Chiarello Family Vineyards here with CellarPass TasteLive at the Napa Valley Film Festival, Day 3, V Marketplace in Yountville. There's more. Of course there's more. There's always more, because that's how we like it. That's how we roll. Boom. See you guys later.